Krishna. Thank you very much for joining me in this new video. We're going to be talking about another aspect of online security or how you can increase the security of your online account. And what I'm referring to is having proper password. So when accounts are being hacked, usually what hackers do is they reuse leaked password. And when it comes to having a good password online, the length of the password is more important than the complexity of the password, right? So you've probably heard that you should be having in your your password should have symbols, letters, and numbers, right? Although that is important, what is more important is the length of the password because a password that is pretty long is hard to guess and is hard as well for the automated software to brute force it, right? And the other thing as well with longer password is the chance of them being found in what I mean is because it's a long password, do you also have another way for software to actually hack your account is with dictionary attack, right? And dictionary attack actually reuse a list of password, but usually in those lists is usually very common um, password, very easy password that I found, right? It's still possible that if you selected the wrong password and your data has been breached and your wrong password is going to be found there in the ether, but the thing here is really make sure that at first hand you have good security on your account. So over here I am on Bitwarden, which is password manager, and this is the password manager that I use that I recommend as well. And what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna come up here. I believe it is in features. So show you over here. If you go to features, in top tool, you're gonna see this password generator and this password strength tester. And I have the two pages that are open over here, and I just want to demonstrate a couple things. So this is a password generator, and over here we can see when the password is given, we can see the score of the password. We can see how long it's gonna take for that password to be cracked, right? So in this case, we have a strong password, and it's gonna take us centuries for that password to be cracked. The other thing that I want to show you here is we have two different type of password that we can have. So we have this kind of like random password, which is just a combination of everything, which is letters, numbers, and we can also add symbols into the mix, right? This is based on some of the things that I talked about online or a little bit in the past was this was the kind of password that you needed to have, right? And we have this other type of password over here, which is a passphrase, right? Which are just like string of names separated by a character over here, right? And this at first you would think is not really secure, but as you can see here, the password score is strong and it's also going to take centuries for that password to be cracked, right? So what I want to show you over here, if I go back to this password here, to the random password, you're going to see that even though in my password I have um, letters, combination of letters and numbers and all that, if the number is very small over here, if I just have like the character length is about like let's say like just 8 over here, you're gonna see that even though I have this combination of things over here, that password is weak. It's gonna take just about 3 hours for that password to be cracked, right? So over here as well for the pass for the passphrase, over here I think the minimum that you can have is about three, but even at 3 words over here it's gonna take a long time for it to be passed. It's just because this is harder for software to guess or even for a hacker to guess, right? There is no pattern being shown over here. So this is really one of the good ways. And you can also add a number over here, right? To make it a little bit more. But it's the longer the password, I think between more than 20 plus 25 plus characters, you really have a very strong password. you're gonna find some online accounts that are gonna limit the maximum of characters that you can have, and usually it's very low. It's gonna say they're gonna say something like you cannot have more than 15 or 16 characters. In that case, just do your best to fit whatever they're telling you there if you need to open the account. But for your other accounts, just make sure that you know you have a very long password. So the one of the other thing I just want to show you over here. So with the password strength tester tool over here, we can test basically our password. So we can over here. So if I type something like password 123, you're gonna see that this is not a strong password. In less than a second, this is gonna be guess. It's probably in a lot of the leaked uh password file on the net over there. But the thing I want to show you is it's not only just length for the sake of length, right? You also need to make sure that the password doesn't follow a pattern. So over here, if I type password password password. You're gonna say, I don't know how many characters this is, but it's probably more than 25 here. And this password here is still very weak, right? It's just because like it's following a certain pattern, right? That software can extremely guess what it is, right? So the thing over here, if we start adding some random things in the middle over here, you start to see that now because like the pattern is not the same, there are different things here that the software still need to brute force and try to guess what it is. Then it starts to become like a very strong password. So that's really what I wanted to show over here. First of all, you don't need to have like very complicated password such as this. Really, what matters more is the length. If you want to have something like this, it is fine as well. But I think for me, there was one time where I couldn't copy paste. The password to the account that I was trying to access to, and I needed to write all those different characters over here, and it was a little bit tedious to do so because you don't. It's very hard to guess where you are. It's very sometimes as well when you have like capital I over here. You don't know if it's L or I, so it got very confusing. But I like this a little bit more because I know what is the word and I can quickly write this down if I need to, right? So to close off, I just want to say, make sure that to come up with things like this, if you have like, let's just say you have like 5 accounts, this is not going to be easy to remember, right? For 5 accounts, it gets very complicated. So make sure you use a password manager. You should we should already be doing it. It makes it very easy to create password and remember the password for the different accounts. And the good thing with the password manager, so to close over here, I have another password manager that I'm using, which is Proton Pass. Is sometimes when you go and you try to create a password, it lets you know if that password is strong, if it's not good, and all that. And it's going to recommend what is the minimum at least. So in this case over here, I have about 6 words, 6 common words over here that I sprinkled with some characters and some numbers. But you're going to see if I go down, it's gonna start letting me know that this is not very like strong password. It's very gonna be easy to be guessed, right? Same thing as well for the other type of password that we have over here, which is random password, which is just a combination of things over here. When the length is really high, it is strong, but as we go down, it start to become like very weak password, right? And you can customize the option that you have here if you want to have like capitals or not and all that. So this is what those password manager are really are able to give you if you didn't know that yet. So I hope this video has helped you, and I will talk to you in another video.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share with some friends. If you're a small business owner looking for peace of mind, head over to vanguardbear.com for a free website security audit and learn more about our services. And I will catch you in the next video.